Greetings and welcome. I'm Coach Dr. Monica Andrews, and today I want to talk to you about a scripture that's deeply personal to me. Romans 8:28. This is a very powerful scripture. I think sometimes when we hear this scripture, some of you may already have heard it over and over again, but I don't think that we maybe always sit and really see what does this mean and just think through what actually does this scripture mean. Let me read the scripture to you. Now we know that all things work together for good for those who love the Lord, for those who are called according to his purpose. Yes, all things work together for good for those who love God, who love the Lord, and who are called according to his purpose. Now, this verse does not say all things are good. It says all things work together for good. Let me explain that. See, when we go through sickness, that doesn't feel good, does it? Loss, we lose a loved one, loss of anything doesn't feel good. Delay doesn't feel good if we're waiting on things. Disappointment, those are not things that make us feel good for the most part. But here's the thing is, God can still work through it regardless. Yes. So I mentioned that this scripture is very personal to me. Many of you may know that my signature phrase is all in divine order. See, that phrase wasn't created as a slogan. It actually came from me living through things that I never thought would have happened in my life or that I would have chosen to happen. Okay? One of them being my health. I had my health journey. In the 1980s, late 1980s, I was diagnosed with a condition that was treated with long-term use of prednisone, a steroid. Unbeknownst to me, one of the side effects was stopping the blood flow. Okay, so which stopping the blood flow in our bodies in certain areas will break down our joints. So when I was pregnant with my precious baby boy, the weight started breaking down my bones. And 4 months after my son was born, I actually had to have my first hip surgery. Notice I said first hip surgery because I've had 5. So my first of 5 hip surgeries over the course of this life because of a side effect. Now, of course, I was not expecting that when I'm bringing my baby boy into this world and so forth, that I'm going to have to go 4 months and leave him at home to be taken care of. Luckily, I had family members there for that. However, now I had to go through being able to walk because my hip was actually giving out when I was carrying him. Okay? So this is how the phrase actually came about, because I'm in my 20s with doing something like that people in their 50s, 60s, 70s may end up doing. But this is how all in divine order actually came from my lived experiences. Matter of fact, this scripture is so personal to me that I eventually wrote a book called All in Divine Order. Nothing happens by accident. Now, the reason that I wrote this book is because when I began looking back on my life and the different things that I've been through, divorce and different seasons in my life that I really didn't understand why or what was happening, what it reminded me of was God was still at work in my life. He was always there. Yes. So I did not understand always what God was doing, but looking back, I can see his hand in everything. So one of the things that I want to leave with you, make sure that I get across to you, is that God does not waste our pain, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, and we all go through some form of pain. He does not waste it. You know what? He actually uses that pain to grow us, to use us for other circumstances, other situations that he might be having us help somebody else from our experiences, as I hope this video will for you. He uses our setbacks. He uses our mistakes, yes, our delays, our hesitations. He uses the closed doors. He uses the health challenges, all confusing seasons. He wants to develop purpose in us, wisdom, compassion, and ministry, perhaps. Yes. So I want to ask you, you may be in a season right now that doesn't make sense to you. But confusion or you're not understanding that doesn't mean God is absent. So you may be in a season right now that makes sense, that does not make sense to you. But confusion or you not understanding that situation of why you're there does not mean God is absent. So what is one thing in your life that you need to trust God in again? Is it what you're going through right now? Is it what you came out of? Or is it what you're about to go into? Because we know it's always something. Whatever it is, I want to encourage you to pray over it. Write it down. Make it clear. And then ask God, Lord, what are you teaching me at this moment? What do you want me to learn from what you have me going through right now? Sometimes the thing that we survive becomes part of the purpose that we are called to serve from. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, your story is not over. Your pain is not wasted. Your delay does not disqualify you. I want you to know that God is still working all things together for your good, for your good. So hopefully this message hit somewhere in a good place for you and encourage you. And I ask you, to comment all in divine order if you believe that God is still working in your life. All right, God bless.